Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia was on a podcast this past week, and his mouth did more heavy lifting than his arm did last year, and that's saying something because he did a lot of heavy lifting with that arm last. He lifted the whole Vanderbilt program last year. And when he spoke to, he spoke about Vanderbilt, their national title hopes. He talked about, he took some shots at the Big Ten, what a joke they are, and then he predicted Vanderbilt's program would soon pass Tennessee's. Take a look at what he said. We'll get his comments up there. Vanderbilt's going to run Tennessee after this year. Like, this is going to be the new staple of college football. It's going to happen here at Vanderbilt. Everyone wants to come to Tennessee because of Nashville. So they want to come to Nashville, so Vanderbilt. And then when we have, like, the most money in NIL, why not come here? We literally just have to win this year, and it'll take care of itself. Easy peasy, says Diego Pavia.
Plan executed.
Tyler, you're his number one media rah-rah guy.
Alter ego.
You've been a big fan of him. Your thoughts, yeah, we've displayed. And I'm kidding, Tyler, because you called it. You said when he was coming in, this guy with Jerry Kill, it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
You nailed it. So, your thoughts on them running the state of Tennessee after this year?
Clearly, he's talking out of his backside here. Diego Pavia has always been a confident guy. For those of you who only know Diego from what you saw last year, and
not just Pavia, Diego.
Okay, for those of you who don't,
those of you who don't know the D-man.
If you don't know DP, if you don't know about Diego Pavia, based on him finishing runner-up to Dylan Sampson for the SEC Player of the Year, he's a New Mexico high school wrestling champion. He's always had a chip on his shoulder. If you've seen him play, he's undersized. This is what makes Diego Pavia Diego Pavia. He's just a crazy man who genuinely believes these things, and he's got that bulldog, I'll put all the weight on my shoulder and lead my team to victory. He is a rock star, not only now in the city of Nashville, but allegedly there were a lot of schools. He said this in this podcast that offered him some $4 million to be able to transfer out of Vanderbilt.
We got all that. Just on your reaction to, will Vanderbilt be running the state anytime soon?
For him to say, look at all this NIL money that Vanderbilt's about to have, when have they spent it? Where's it coming from? Right. I get Nashville. I get the alumni base. I think Diego Pavia is a great story, and I think he'll fizzle out after this year, but this is absolute nonsense coming from Diego Pavia's number one fan.
We talked about this on the Sports Source Digital Network, John Wilkerson and I, and John made a very good point. He didn't voice it the same way I'm about to, but it was kind of in this direction, and that is, yes, Nashville's a great place to go. The people are excited over there. Problem is, every time Tennessee plays in Nashville against Vanderbilt, there's more orange in the stadium than there is black and gold.
Right, a 40,000-seat stadium.
Yeah.
So my grandparents used to purchase Vanderbilt season tickets to ensure that they got the Tennessee.
Right. So whenever he says they're coming to Nashville for Vanderbilt, certainly Tennessee fans do. Well, they drive over in droves like they did last year when they held him to 8 completions. Thoughts quickly.
They're not even running their own stadium, much less the city of Nashville, much less the state of Tennessee. So Tyler and I love wrestling, and this is him being a heel where they pretend like they believe in everything that they're saying.
Cutting
that's
a
over the
promo.
top.
Right.
That's exactly
well, and real
He's
quick,
Johnny
why do you
Manziel.
have to wait until next year, the season after, to run the state of
Well, he's saying
Tennessee?
if they take care of business this year, well, they will be.
But then he'll be gone, right? Unless he
Right.
sues again to be able to get another year. But go ahead and say you're going to do it this year.
Well, I think he is saying that. He said all we got to do is take care of business this year, which what's that going to take?
So not only does he believe that Vanderbilt's going to run the state, but the end goal this year, a complete failure, would be if Vanderbilt wins the national championship. They've got to win the national championship. Folks, do you want to know what Vanderbilt's win total is in Vegas? 5.5. So Vegas right now is asking you to determine if they make a bowl game or not. I love Diego Pavia, but this is such clown work. It's such clown work.
Well, that's a take from Diego himself coming to
Oh, DP.
I was talking to D this week.